Okay. And your name is?
Afreen Allam.
Okay. And the company?
I work for Chromos Inc.
Okay. And Chromos Inc. does what?
So basically we have a few different applications. We produce nanoparticles, in particular carbon dots, and they're used for bioimaging and also target drug delivery for cancer patients. So the bioimaging aspect covers preventative measures where you can start monitoring the growth and spread of tumors before you start exhibiting you start seeing the side effects or you start seeing the symptoms. And then you can target them before it gets to the late third and fourth stage. And the target drug delivery aspect, we're looking at encapsulation of drugs, conjugating them, specific selected treatment on one specific region, perhaps the pancreatic cancer, which is one of the hardest to cure. And recently we found that they've been able to cross the blood-brain barrier, which opens up a whole new avenue for diseases like Alzheimer's and brain tumors and everything.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
So my session was about the different applications for the carbon dots, looking at the studies we've already done to show non-toxicity and what are our future steps, how to prolong or how to get more advanced studies done for animal studies and kind of show which direction we'd like to move in the future.
So you're trying to shorten the cycle, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, no?
Cycle
from discovery to delivery.
Correct.
You know,
correct.
getting it out on
Yes.
to the public. And then what was the takeaway? What did you expect your audience to get?
I think the main thing I kind of wanted to, I highlighted was the whole blood-brain barrier studies, because that is very novel and a lot of nanoparticles aren't able to cross that yet, and only 2% of drugs currently available on the market have been able to penetrate through the barrier and be used for target drug delivery. So adding another nanoparticle in the picture kind of opens up more applications and potentially drugs that have been shelved because of their high toxicity level. If they can be encapsulated, there's a lot more drugs that can be used now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, I also understand that you were on a panel. So what did the panel do? What were you speaking about?
So the panel was focusing on bioimaging, and they're using, all three companies had some sort of cloud software that they provide for the public, and showing how taking images, kind of enhancing them, they're basically trying to capture an audience where you have, the basic CT, MRI scans, but enhancing those images, and how do you put it on the cloud-based system. And I'm not from the IT background, so I'm more on the life sciences, but it was interesting to see the different applications they're using it and different. The first speaker was from Broad Institute, and she showed a lot of cells from glioblastoma, which is a blood cancer, a very aggressive form of blood cancer, and or brain cancer, I'm sorry. And she showed how the images, first of all, to look at these under a microscope, you have to know a lot of information to specifically pick out what you're looking at. And her technology kind of helps you look at a broader image, and kind of the technology was kind of doing half the work for you. So that's a good thing. And so I think all the speakers there were focusing on the IT side of it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And what do you think the audience got out of that, and what do you think they walked away with?
I think each speaker had a very unique angle of how to bring about it, and I think a lot of the audience were asking questions about, there's a safety measure where when you want to use it for patients, how do you protect the safety of the privacy of them? And right now a lot of these are in the clinical stage, so we're not at that level yet, or they aren't at that level, but in the future that will be one of the main issues. So, yeah.
And lastly, what do you think of these types of shows?
So I think I actually attended the BRC conference, the Triangle Biotech conference, and that's when I first started hearing about the BRC. Whole BRC and Planet Connect and everything. And I think it's very important to go to these because it helps you network and find people that you normally wouldn't meet with on a daily basis, and they kind of help you. Sometimes you find people that can help you make those connections, and you can do joint collaborative work and further your studies, and I think that's why it's important that a lot of people attend these shows.
Well, that's very good.
Yeah.
It seems like the theme too.
Yes.
Collaboration.
Correct.
Speeding up the process.
Yes.
Doing that. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time.
Let's go.